If you had asked me to like draw what I thought my husband would be in terms of qualities, it wouldn't resemble him in the slightest. I think that's the big one for me is I want someone like in my corner.
She always says that I'm loyal to a fault.
I'm like, I'm going to fight to win. And he's like, we are on the same team.
Okay. The MVP, as we know, is the most valuable player. In this sense, it's the most valuable partner. What qualities or traits do you think make someone an MVP and stand above the rest?
Loyalty. I think that's the big one for me is I want someone like in my corner who's going to have my back. And the rest of it, I think, kind of usually falls into place if you are like really committed to saying like, this is someone I'm going to put above everything else. Mm-hmm. Like what else is there to ask for then?
I think that the thing that makes me happiest in my relationship with Hannah is that she always says that I'm loyal to a fault, which is, I guess, self-deprecating in the moment. But to me, it's really nice because I know she would never, ever do anything to like do me wrong, whether that's like cheat or do something against me. It's just like she's so loyal that my mind never thinks about anything like that she's doing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm perfect. Thank you.
Grand slam of love. What's your definition of a grand slam in a relationship? In other words, what's the perfect combination of qualities or moments that make a relationship feel like an absolute win?
Wow, these are toughies.
We get deep here sometimes.
Yeah. I think maybe moments over qualities, to be honest, because like my boyfriend is absolutely perfect. And as we've discussed, I couldn't gush about him enough. But before I met him, if you had asked me to like draw what I thought my husband would be, in terms of qualities, it wouldn't resemble him in the slightest. So I think that sometimes there's things that you need that aren't necessarily things that you are looking for, but that end up being like really important for your relationship. Like he's pretty quiet and a little more introverted. And I would have put money that I was going to marry like a fellow Spitfire. But now that I'm with him, I'm like, that would go horribly. Like I would not like competing for the Spitfire, award in the relationship. So I think that it's probably for me moments over qualities, so that because then you start to learn that it's like, oh, actually these qualities are things that I wouldn't have guessed but are perfect.
We come into dating and we come to the thought of relationships with this preconceived list and these notions of like what we think our person is going to be. 9 times out of 10, that is not who you end up with. If you told me 10 years ago that I was going to end up with like a sports obsessed CEO, like tech CEO, I'd be like, not a fucking chance. I'm going to end up with like an artist.
Yeah.
But I am happier now than I've ever been in my entire life. And again, couldn't have those two creatives mixing over, like the Spitfire thing. I couldn't be with someone who's too creative as well, because otherwise I'd be like trying to outshine me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't work that way.
Yeah.
I get 2 more.
Okay.
This one is good.
Okay.
In the dugout. Okay, this was a great job.
Thanks, darling.
Okay, in the dugout. In baseball, the dugout is where the team regroups and strategizes. When it comes to relationships, where do you go or what do you do to regroup after a rough patch with a partner? I think this is on brand.
I usually call my mom and my best friend and like get a little riled up being like, I'm clearly right? And they're like, absolutely. But then, and after I've been like validated, because I'm the kind of person that needs like validation like that. And if I'm fighting with my boyfriend, I'm clearly not going to get it from him because he doesn't agree. So I usually go and get hyped up and then I go back into the ring. But he is so good. This is another reason why he's perfect is that I'm going to fight to win. And he is like, we are on the same team. I am not like you and I are disagreeing, but we are on the same team and I don't want to fight you. And so I think ultimately I go back to him, but I need to leave to get some external validation first.